If you want, it's Emily Fox. Today's video is going to be an empties video because I have used up a ton of products, like literally. Like I have this garbage full of them and then I have some more on the table and I have a feeling I'm missing some. I think I had a bag in a different spot. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go through these and then when I find it in a couple of months, I will have more products and just another one. I keep telling myself I'm going to do them more than once a year, but then I end up doing the same thing every year. So let's go through them. Let's start with makeup actually. The Maybelline Age Rewind Concealer. This is just a staple for me. I tend to use this for like daily basis really. It's like medium coverage. It looks natural. It doesn't look weird on my eyes. It lasts all day. I'm currently using the shade Fair and I'm actually using the shade Fair at the moment. This one I removed a sponge. I feel like I tend to do that. I didn't do it with this one, which is weird. I feel like it kind of gets a little gross eventually. But yes, it works beautifully and I tend to repurchase. I had a few backups, so I'm not going to need to repurchase. But yes, love this. It's affordable. I recommend it. Awesome. Another favorite of mine would have to be the Stila Stay All Day Micro Tip Eyeliner. Bear with me. I adore this one even more than the classic one because the micro tip is just life-changing. Let me try and show you. I'm dropping stuff everywhere. Yep. Shampoos. Can you tell the difference? Isn't it tiny? Which is what I'm doing right now. I have like a glitter cut crease. Very subtle. I like it. Do you do that too? I give myself compliments. But I wanted to do my eyeliner a little lower than I usually do it. And it's super tiny and it's perfect. If you don't have a lot of space on your lid to do your eyeliner, or if you want to do like crazy stuff like Halloween, I did that like bat eyeliner. It's because of this baby. I love it. The one I'm currently using, because I obviously had a backup, is on its last leg too. So I need to actually repurchase like the whole thing. So I'm going to need to buy another backup since the one I'm currently using is almost done. But I also really like this one. It's the same formula, but this one is even smaller. So if you don't have a lot of space or if you want to do crazy stuff, I recommend the micro tip one. I do really like this one. It's not empty, but I just started talking about it. But yes, fantastic eyeliner. It's very, like, works for everyone. I feel like I never hear anyone complain about it because it's dark, it's matte, which never happens, I feel like, with eyeliners. And it doesn't disappear on me because for some reason, some eyeliners, I'll apply them and then an hour later, half of it disappeared for no reason. So yes, adore them. Will repurchase forever. Brows. I actually did a video where I talked about a bunch of my favorite eyebrow pencils, and I think a couple of them ended up in my last empties, which now I don't remember when that was, but I'll link the video if you are interested in seeing them on myself. But I finished this one by CoverGirl. This is the color Rich Brown, which is not the one I'm wearing. I'm wearing the other color that they have, which is soft brown, and it's a bit lighter, but it's not that big of a difference. Actually, let me try, because I think I have a tiny bit. Oh yeah. I was trying to like keep it. I did swatches of the colors that I have in the video about drugstore brow pencils, but just because we're here, honestly, there's like, do you see a difference? I feel like this one is slightly lighter and maybe a little warmer, but it's definitely not warm. I don't like my brows to look warm, so love this. It's affordable. I use it. I'm already using a second one, so you know I like it. I never include mascaras because I find the reviews are kind of boring if you can't see what they look like. So I'll link down below. I did reviews of a bunch of mascaras and you can see what they look like on me. So I'm not going to include the ones I have finished. But foundation. Let's talk about this. I shouldn't talk about this because I think it's discontinued. What happened with the brand in general? I feel like I can't find this anywhere. But I wanted to include it because first off, this is pretty much empty. I do have another backup. I went crazy when I realized you can find it anywhere and I bought a couple backups, but I wanted to include it in here because I'm always asked what is the closest thing that I have found so far to this. It's not a BB cream, but I wanted to mention the Maybelline Superstay foundation. I have a couple shades of this and I feel like it's the closest one that I have found because it is medium, although you can either sheer it out or make it more full coverage. And the texture and finish, I feel like is the closest thing I could find to this one, at least so far. And it's even more affordable. But real talk, if a foundation was created with this formula and had like a bunch of colors, because this only had one, which I'm sure it would become everyone's favorite. I will never get over this not existing anymore. I'm mad. I have so many skincare products to talk about. I can't wait actually because the end of the year is approaching and I usually do my best skincare of the year, which you have that to look forward to, but sneak peek because a few of these are definitely favorites of mine. First thing, I have not one but two bottles of the DHC Deep Cleansing Oil. I love this. I actually have another one in my shower right now. It's just so easy. I've been testing on and off other cleansing oils, and so far this is my favorite one. For some reason, I used to be scared to try it because it's olive oil based, and in my head that means thick and it's going to break me out. No, it's super lightweight. It removes my makeup. You can use it on your eyes. It doesn't burn. And I mean, I've used up a couple bottles at this point, and I will continue to do so. Again, I am planning on testing other stuff, but I do really like this. It's just very easy for me to use it. I know it doesn't break me out, doesn't leave my skin dry or tight, nor oily. Another staple. How many bottles have I used up of the Cosrx Snail Mucin Power Essence? This is just such a unique product for me. I feel like it helps every other product absorb nicer. I feel like it helps calm down my skin if it's red, if I'm having like active acne, or even help with discoloration, make things fade. And I just can't find anything else that compares to this. So I will obviously continue to repurchase this over and over. I have a couple toners to talk about. I'm definitely that person that will use a product until there's like half or like a third left, and then I just start using something else, which is terrible. In my defense, I think it's because I'm afraid that the next thing will break me out and I need to have something to go back to. But I finished 3 toners. So I'm proud of myself. Actually, the first one is the one that I've had for the longest. I finished this quite fast this summer because I realized it was expiring like now, basically. It's this one. This is the TonyMoly Wonder Ceramide toner. I don't know if they still do this. They had a rice one and then this one. I really like it. If I can find it, I'll link it down below like everything else, but it's a very nice, nothing crazy about it toner. It has a milky, I'm realizing there's a little bit of it, milky finish, which all 3 of the toners in here do. I have combination skin, but I'm very dehydrated. But I feel like if I apply a thick moisturizer, I pretty much automatically break out. So I've been liking applying thicker toners. Sometimes I still apply lighter ones, but this was really, really nice for that. Would use again, but I have so many right now, so I won't repurchase, but not a bad one. I'm saying not a bad one because the 2 other ones are just, oh, so good. The first one that I finished between the 2 is this one. This is the Laneige Cream Skin Refiner, and so good. So good. It does have a glass bottle, so you can't really travel with this, but I believe there are some sample size, like travel size on YesStyle. I'll link them down below if I can find them. It's now available also at Sephora. It used to be so hard to find. Actually, I'm currently testing the Oil to Cream Cleanser, I think that's what it's called, and it's also really good, so I want to try everything in this line, basically. I really like it because, first off, milky color consistency, I have absolutely none left. Oh! But the hole is tiny, and it's not a bad thing. It's a little biatch, not gonna lie, to try to transfer it, because I do like to sometimes put my toners in little spray bottles, which best $3 I've ever spent. This is like the finest mist ever. But you literally cannot transfer this in here. It would take you like hours, not worth it. It just puts the right amount. See, that's why I couldn't finish the rest. Oh, one drop. It's just the perfect consistency. It's kind of watery, milky. It absorbs nicely. It actually really moisturizes my skin. I do think this is more targeted towards people that have like dry to very dry skin, which again, I don't have, but this was really nice. Even during the summer, I feel like I could skip moisturizer, or I would just apply like a gel and then my sunscreen and be good to go. And I just adore this. I actually have repurchased because I like to have like a staple routine, and then I switch one thing to test and see if it breaks me out. And if it does, I can go back to a staple that I know doesn't. So this is the one that I chose to repurchase for that purpose. I adore this. I feel like this would work for everyone. And I don't say that often. I feel like skincare can be so hit and miss, but this one, in second place in this trio would have to be this one. This is the I'm From Rice Toner. And rice is well known for like softening the skin, and this was really nice. Also, again, milky consistency. It's not too thick, not too light. Definitely moisturized my skin. I find that it did soften it a little bit too. The only thing is this one, the hole is a little bigger, so I feel like I went through it faster. Might be like user error. I felt like maybe I applied too much. So if you like to, again, put things in spray bottles, this one would be better than the Laneige one. But it's also a glass bottle, so you can also not travel with this. So definitely keep that in mind if that's a concern for you. But yes, I did like it. I also think there are sample sizes available if you want to just test it without committing to a full bottle. Although it doesn't last you, you know, months and months, so it's not that big of a commitment. But yes, did like it, would use it again, but I did not repurchase yet. I forgot one makeup product actually. I finished a whole powder. I am always very proud when I do because they take forever, and I mean forever to finish. This is from MAC. This is their loose powder, and let me just open it because I did open it to make sure I used up every drop. Spec, because I guess it's not a drop, it's powder. But look at this. So proud. I haven't repurchased because, quite frankly, I have enough powder to last me 10 years considering the amount of time that it lasts, but it's such a good basic staple powder to use. I did a bunch of foundation reviews from drugstore and at Sephora, like best-selling ones, and then did a big video reviewing all of them. If you want to see those, highly recommend you check those out. But I needed a powder that was like, you know, stable for everything, that wouldn't have weird reaction with anything, and this was just perfect for it. I would, again, use it again, but this lasts like a year of daily use, so I don't need to repurchase any powder ever, but thumbs up, do like it, do recommend. I finished the Laneige lip balm. This is their lip sleeping mask in the vanilla flavor scent. Completely gone, very proud. To be honest, I kind of got sick of the scent just because I already have so many lip products that smell like vanilla. So vanilla might not have been the best choice scent-wise for me, but it's the same formula. It does work really, really well. I do recommend it. I am currently using the mint chocolate one, but also I repurchased the berry one. I'm wearing it on top of... My lips are so chapped right now, so I applied the YSL lipstick in 207 and basically used it as a stain on my lips and applied lip balm on top because, again, they've been hating the whole mask. Plus, we just had 20 centimeters of snow. So it's cold. But yes, currently wearing these. I repurchased that one and the other one. So clearly the scent wasn't for me. If you are crazy about like vanilla cake, you will love this. It just is one of the most softening, almost a little plumping lip balm. I find that I really like also the Nuxe Rêve de Miel one, which works really well for really dry lips. But yes, that one is more softening and more, it helps with peeling, I feel like. So staple for a lot of people, do recommend it, but won't repurchase that scent, and I have already repurchased, so. This has to be the skincare product I've repurchased the most. First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Face Moisturizer. Love this, love this. I have another one, but I waited because I was trying to use up other things, which, aha, see, I knew I was missing something. I'm missing some moisturizers here. I will find them, don't worry. But I spent a few months without it and I missed it so much, so did my skin. This is like a lotion kind of moisturizer, but I feel like if I go thicker than this, again, I break out. This is a very moisturizing, lightweight, moisturizer that works really well under makeup also. I know like when I used to see people and maybe like do my makeup with friends, I could let people use this. Nobody ever had a reaction to this. It's just such a staple once again for me. I've at least finished 10 bottles of this. Like if I could have a lifetime supply of like one thing, this is what I want. Like, please. So yes, I totally recommend it. It has a pump. It's great. It's like somewhat affordable for something sold at Sephora. So yes, we'll continue to repurchase. Also, this little baby, I don't repurchase eye creams like ever, except for this one. It's the only one that I keep repurchasing. This is the Origins Plantscription in a jar. You can see, used it up. This is fantastic. It's definitely on the pricier side. I think it's about like $50, $60. Not the most expensive eye cream out there, but it's the only one that I feel like makes a difference. My under eyes are more moisturized, but it also doesn't apply weirdly onto makeup. I usually tend to only use it at night, but I do sometimes, especially during winter, apply some. And again, it doesn't do anything funky, doesn't break me out, doesn't give me milia, which I've had so many bad experiences with eye creams and never with this. So we'll continue to repurchase. I do have a backup of it. This unfortunate little bottle. I need to be careful. It's about to like completely shatter. This is the Ordinary Salicylic Acid 2% solution. This is fantastic. If you ever break out, which I have been breaking out on and off for months, I feel like I think, hopefully figured out what was going on. Some food stuff, but mostly my multivitamin. Thank you. Me trying to be healthy and just 2020 being like, no. And also dropping this. I had like a little drop left when I dropped it, so it's not the end of the world, but I love this. It's super affordable and it actually works, and it doesn't overly dry my skin. No weird reactions. I know some people use it all over the face. My face would fall off if I did that, but this really works well as a spot treatment. It's just fantastic. Will repurchase. It's like about what, like $9–10. All their products are really affordable, but yes, this is a must. I haven't repurchased yet, but I haven't been breaking out as much as usual, so yeah, but we'll do very soon for sure. I need to. Speaking of breakouts, I have a tiny bit left, but I wanted to include it just, you know. This is the Paula's Choice Clear Acne Body Spray. During the summer, you know, if you're ever out there, not that I've seen people much, but you're wearing like tank tops and stuff or dresses and more body is exposed. So I feel like acne is just such a brute on your back. So I started using this and I like it. I think they actually changed the packaging, but it's the same product. The spray was good. I have no complaints with it. I didn't repurchase. Well, I still have a little bit. I'm not going to repurchase just because I'm not dealing with as much. Because again, I made the change of stopping my vitamins. But if I ever break out again, I would happily use this again. Or, you know, I'm testing so many products. I feel like I'm just currently doing other stuff. But if I found a magic cleaner in the bottle in my wardrobe, I would happily use it if I was breaking out. So yes, do recommend it if you are trying to find something else to test. It was good. You know what? Just for the sake of not keeping this bottle for next year, Bioderma, I have just a little bit left and I will happily use this. This bottle is giant. This is 500 milliliters, but this is just such a staple for me. If I'm just wearing a tiny bit of makeup, I might just remove everything, jump in the shower, and then use a cleansing oil just to make sure everything is gone. And actually pretty much every time, unless I'm wearing like waterproof like mascara or liquid lipsticks, then I would use something like, do I have it? Yeah, like the Garnier Micellar Blue Cap one. But otherwise, this is super gentle, doesn't break me out, doesn't dry out my skin. It just does its thing without being oily, which I don't really care for. So yes, I already have backups of this whenever I run out. The Body Shop, this is the tea tree oil. I had a few of these. I think I have one left. When I was breaking out at 10, I was desperate to try everything and anything to calm things down. I do like this. I finished so many of these in the past too. Just, you know, a little oil. It does smell like tea tree oil, which I now don't mind the scent because I've smelled it so much. But yes, it's nice, doesn't dry out my skin. I do feel like it made a difference, especially whenever I feel like I have a patch of breakouts. I can't apply something too drying, but this I can and it won't do anything too weird. So if you have sensitive skin, I do recommend trying tea tree oil. Worked well. So the Skin Food Rice Soft Scrub Mask Wash Off. I feel like I've heard that this was being discontinued, but I feel like I've seen it recently online. I might be wrong, but just in case, I'm including it here. I did finish it. I am not a huge fan of the scent. I feel like it's a bit more like baby powdery than I really care for. I hadn't smelled it before buying it. I bought it online, but it did the job. It's a very soft, gentle mask. I feel like if I'm going to use a physical exfoliator, I want something a little more intense, so I won't repurchase this one. Although I would be curious to try the brown sugar one. I believe right now I'm trying the, is it Claire's one, which is a brown sugar one. So I'm basically trying to find like a dupe or more affordable version of the fresh one, which is just fantastic. So this isn't a good dupe for me, although again, I would be open to trying the brown sugar one. I don't know if they still do this, but this is a Fresh Sugar Lip Treatment Perfecting One, which is basically a lip balm kind of serum. You just twist it, it comes around, but there's little like scrubby things, so I could like scrub my lips and apply the lip balm. It was fine. I really love their lip products though. I do have some of their, actually, again, is it brown sugar? Lip balm in the jar. Fantastic. So I would go for that or the other ones that they have over this, but I don't think they still do this. I didn't realize I finished so many hair products. I tend to always forget to keep them, but I guess I did remember for some of these. Mark Anthony, please sponsor me. I've been raving about their coconut milk thick and full volumizing shampoo and conditioner. I have 2 shampoo and 1 conditioner. What do you finish first? Because me, it's definitely shampoo. I tend to shampoo twice, and I have ridiculously long hair at this point. So like, I use a lot of shampoo. But yes, I finish 2 shampoos, 1 conditioner. I would continue to repurchase. I'm currently still using a shampoo like this, but the conditioner, I'm testing another one. Love these. I don't even like coconut, but I love these, even though they are coconut. So that says it all. And I was also testing this Aromatica volumizing care shampoo. I was using it basically as a clarifying shampoo. I have like a complicated relationship with this. The first time I used it, my hair was looking like a mess, but then I continued because I'm stubborn and my hair looked amazing. So I have no idea what happened. I believe I can't find these right now online. At least last time I checked, but I think they're like changing the bottle. Is that possible? I hope that's the case because I would repurchase this. If you're someone that uses a ton of product in your hair and you want a clarifying shampoo, this is a good one. It's like vegan. It has like free of sulfate, silicones, blah, blah, blah. So I know for a fact it doesn't break me out because for a while I was freaking out that maybe some hair products were. So damn you, vitamins. You spend too much time freaking me out. Also finish this end cream by Bioderma. It's a great end cream. Honestly, I don't tend to use a lot of them, so I was proud that I did finish that one. I also finish, look at this giant container. I'm one of those people that complain that I have dry skin and then half the time forget that to apply lotion, which I'm getting better at this. Like this winter, this is it, Emily. This is the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Cream. Basically same family as the moisturizer, and I'm actually testing the toner right now, which so far so good. I don't know if you can tell because it's white on white, but there's a tiny bit left, which I will use up. But yes, this is fantastic. If you're someone that tends to scratch your legs until they bleed, definitely recommend this. It's also great for people, they say like safe for sensitive skin if you have eczema and stuff like that. But yes, like this, I do recommend during the winter. Hopefully I don't this year, but if I get the flu around my nose, I get like those horrible dry patches. This is like the one thing that works for me. So love it. Let's talk about sheet mask. Dr. Jar decided to reformulate my favorite ones because everything I love seems to be discontinued or, you know, reformulated. So I decided to try these one. These are from Isentry, I think. These are the Spot Saver Mugwort Gauze Mask. And like I said, I was breaking out a ton this year, and this was one of the only thing that would actually calm my skin. And I would wake up and my skin would be glowy, more even, more everything. Basically during the summer, I would not even do full skincare routine. I would just slap one of these and it was just magical every time. So I feel like I haven't tried one in a while and I need to do this because again, change of weather, my skin has been freaking out. So yes, I do have some more of these. We'll continue to repurchase these. They're just really fantastic. I believe they have now come out with a serum, which I need to test to see if the formula is similar. If so, I will just use the serum. But yes, these are just so relaxing. It's like therapy for me. So probably why I've used so much this year. I usually avoid talking about cotton pads and stuff like that because, you know, they're all the same. But no, I only mention them because they're really fantastic. Shiseido Facial Cotton. I feel like everyone knows them. They're really good. They're not overly expensive because I tend to just separate them in half and I can just use the full one basically to do my whole face, and it works really well to remove my makeup with the Bioderma Micellar water. So love these. I currently am using, I think it's the Mucci ones. Basically it's cotton still, but they haven't been bleached and they're working the same. Like they look exactly the same. I'll link those down below if you are interested. I can't remember if the price is similar, but yes, if you don't want bleach cotton, it's another option, but these worked well. Last but not least, let's talk about pimple patches because like I said, I was breaking out left and right and I've tested a bunch, but I always go back to these Cosrx ones. These are the best ones. These are the ones that, these are the thick ones. The red label ones are thick. They're definitely the night ones, but I'm not going anywhere right now, so this is it. I feel like it's the only thing also that makes a difference with cysts, which nothing does anything to cysts except this. First off, it prevents me picking at it, touching it, and I feel like it brings everything to the surface so much quicker, and they're just fantastic. I feel like on a scale, there's like these ones that are at the top. A bunch of the other ones are like pretty much the same, and then you have, I think it was the Mucin one. They were so bad, so bad. The only other ones I wanted to mention are these ones. These are the Apure Medicaicide Needle Spot Patch. You heard that right, needles. They freak me out a little bit, not gonna lie. They're definitely thick and big, but then when you remove them and put them on, there's little needles. I wanted to include them because I'm still confused how I feel about them. I have like one or two left and I just don't know. People were raving about them and I'm still scared every time I use them. I don't think they work faster or better than these ones, but it's worth a shot if you're curious. But yeah, I want to hear your reviews on these. Well, that was a long Empties video. I hope you enjoyed it. Thumbs up, subscribe. I will be putting more videos on the screen that I recommend you check out, and I will see you in my next video very soon. Bye.